I like to ride my bicycle in the rain. I like to ride my bicycle in the rain. I like to ride my bicycle in the rain. Do you like to ride your bicycle in the rain?
Hello and welcome to On Your Bike. My name is Sally and I run a bike chai, the chai bike. I make masala chai from my home kitchen and cycle it around my hometown of Aberystwyth to sell and trade. When I started my bike business this year, I thought it was a rather novel thing, but it turns out that there are loads of other people incorporating cycling into their business plan. In this short mini series, I will be chatting to three different bike based businesses, including a ice cream man, a flower seller, and some Shakespearean bards. I will be asking them a couple of questions about what makes bike based businesses so special and what made them incorporate biking into their business plan. So strap on your high vis and let's get started. Hello, and welcome back to On Your Bike. I'm your host, Sally, and in this mini series, I will be talking to three different bike based businesses. In today's episode, I will be chatting with Will, who is a member of the Handlebards, a theatre group which journey all across the country delivering Shakespeare via bicycle. I'm particularly excited for this episode as I really love Shakespeare and have recently gotten back from seeing Macbeth in the Globe in London. So, very excited. Over to you, Will.
We are the Handlebards. We're an outdoor cycling theatre charity, and we tour really charmingly chaotic and high energy 4 or 3 or sometimes even two-hander productions of Shakespeare by bicycle. So over the summer, we'll have a big summer tour, and the company will cycle across the country performing Shakespeare outside. We've been doing it for 10 years, so this is our 10th year anniversary. I actually wasn't involved at the time, so I tour managed the company back in 2018, 2019, and then joined the team this year as their new tour producer. But Tom and Paul, who are the other two producers, started it about 10 years ago, and then it's carried on from there. Have you always liked cycling? I can't speak for anyone else in the company, but so I've been a cyclist for ages. So I was a bike mechanic when I was a teenager and used to spend my Saturdays fixing bikes and riding them and doing long cycle tours. And I could see, yeah, I've always really liked cycling. Back in 2018, when the opportunity came up to join the tour of 12th Night and tour manage that and spend a summer cycling around the country doing theatre, which was my other passion. It was a bit of a dream come true. And then join the team as tour producer. But yeah, I've always really loved cycling, and it's really lovely to be able to combine that with theatre, which is the kind of other thing that I really love doing. What made you decide to incorporate a bike into your business plan? So when the Handlebars started about 10 years ago, it kind of started off as a pun, because the Handlebards was a sort of really good pun, was invented in a pub, of course. But the general idea was it was wanting to do outdoor theatre but also make it an adventure, and the best way to kind of tour and see the country with a theatre tour but not be stuck inside a van is to do it by bicycle, because walking's too slow, you can't cover enough ground, and cycling's that perfect mix of managing to cover 20, 30, sometimes 40 miles a day with all the set and costume, and manage to see all the country and tour all the country in the summer. So we do about 1,500 miles. So the bikes were there because of a love of cycling and wanting to make environmentally friendly and sustainable theatre. But then also, it's just an extraordinarily useful and functional way of getting around the country, not in a van. What makes bike based businesses so special? I think from our point of view, what makes the fact that we're a cycling theatre company so special is that it means that even the travelling and getting around for us is an adventure. So when we get to a venue, our audiences are, always have questions like, how far have you cycled today? And, oh, have you really cycled that far? And, oh, that's a big hill, and, all of that sort of stuff. And it's really unique and special, I think, as a theatre company to have an audience who are as engaged in your journey and your process of just getting to where they are, rather than just in the shows as well. So it's a really kind of special position to be in. And I think it also gives us a slightly special power in that it means we tour to a lot of places that wouldn't traditionally be sort of spots for this tour through. So because we have a limit, if we can only cover 20 or 30 miles a day, it means that we, take a really slow and ponderous route through the country and get to perform in some really special places. We're able to do theatre right where they are, in back gardens or playing fields or places like that. So it gives us, I think, a really sort of slow and purposeful way of touring the country that lets us visit lots of places that we might not otherwise consider. That's what makes cycling so special. And in a broader sense, from other businesses or people that we've met that have cycling as a core thing that they do, I think there's a real shared sort of passion for sustainability and a community around it. I definitely know that people involved with cycling, that there was this real involvement in the local community and the cycling community. I think it's really special. Tips for new cyclists and entrepreneurs. Oh, it's a bit of a tricky one. Make it fun, make it exciting, and that excitement and fun will grow what you do and hopefully grow what other people do and their interests as well. Creating bikes into what you do, I think, opens you up to having really amazing stories about the journey of getting there. It's something I think people find really intriguing, is this notion of that you've travelled all this way to do something. So it's sort of getting people excited about what you do because you've cycled. Also, if what you can do gets people excited about cycling, then that's also something really amazing to be doing, showing people that cycling is a really fun and engaging thing to do, and it's good for the planet, it's good for your health, it's good for your brain, and it's something that's just really positive and it's fun and accessible, rather than, being seen as, you have to go off in Lycra and do 100 miles every weekend. It's, use cycling and what you do to open doors rather than to make it seem like something that someone couldn't do, because anyone can cycle. I think cycling business is just great.
Thanks for that, Will. That's been really interesting. I really was touched by your stories of how invested your audience gets in your cycling trip. It's really something that people can get behind, and I agree that cycling should be accessible to everyone, and we share the love of cycling. I'm really hoping to come see you in the future, and for everybody who might be listening and interested in going to see a Handlebards show, you can find tickets on their website, which I'll be linking, and also check them out on social media, Instagram and Facebook. That's all. Thanks for listening.
Come on, ring them bells.
Our theme music is I Like to Ride My Bicycle in the Rain by Woodlake Drift from their album It Must Be.